So I think I passed his pussy test or something, because he's like, all right.
Bruce Campbell has been through some shit.
Name's Ash.
The B-movie king has had his arm cut off, he's been attacked by giant cockroaches, he's been sucked into a zombie anus, and he was in Spider-Man 3.
Becca.
Bruce and his world-class chin first came to fame about 3 decades ago in the much-loved horror classic Evil Dead. Since then, he's played a spy in Burn Notice, Elvis and Bubba Hotep, President Ronald Reagan in the last series of Fargo, but he's back playing the role that launched him in the Stan series Ash vs. Evil Dead.
There must be some spell I can say to undo all this. The other first thing I gotta do is some cardio, because my heart is jackhammering like a quarterback on prom night.
I wanted to ask you about the time you met Bill Clinton, because Bill Clinton's a massive fan of your work, I hear.
Well, I was in Miami. He was at an event raising money for Haiti. He had some party, then the receiving line started. And one of his guys came up to us. He knew who we were. He goes, hey, a little tip. Go to the end of the line. Because if you're at the head of the line, he's got to blow past you. He's not going to stick around and shoot the ball. So we're like, yeah, okay, whatever. He doesn't know who we are anyway. It doesn't matter. But we got about 20 people away, and he looks over and goes, oh, man, hey. Oh, I love your show. Love your show. And we looked behind us. We were like, he's talking about somebody else, right? And so then we finally got up to meet him. He sort of glows. A lot of these guys are very magnetic. Yeah. Clinton supposedly, if he met you once, he knows your name forever. So we got up there and he goes, oh man, Sam Axe is my favorite character because we're both over-the-hill warriors. And this is when Hillary was Secretary of State, and he goes, Hillary's gone all week, so I watched the show, it's my favorite show. And then without missing a beat, he goes, where's the girl? Where's the girl? Meaning Gabrielle Anwar. And we're like, oh, she didn't come today.
Also, where's the girl is the most Bill Clinton sentence that's ever been uttered anywhere.
Yeah.
One of the lesser known things about the Evil Dead franchise is that you had a lot of people that would go on to do really interesting things that worked on the film, and one of those was your assistant editor. Do you remember who your assistant editor on Evil Dead was?
Joel Cohen. We met both the brothers during that time, and Joel just, he said he had the script that he wanted to make, and you know, how many times do you hear that? We're like, yeah, blah, 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 because you know, he used to get us coffee and stuff like that. And Joel actually cut a really cool sequence in the movie. It was a tight little sequence, but he did a really nice job of that, and then he said he was going to do this. They wanted to do this movie called Blood Simple, so we helped him shoot that.
You also have an unusual distinction of being the only person that is in both Fargo, the TV series, but also you have a role in Fargo, the movie, which was directed by Joel and Ethan.
Exactly.
But this is one of those roles most people won't know about.
No.
What is the role? Where do you appear in that movie?
It's on TV in the background. It's near the end of the movie. A guy's putting a leg in the chipper in the backyard, but the other guy's watching TV. He's watching a crappy soap opera that I was in the early 80s.
This is a real crappy soap opera?
It was.
Yeah,
oh,
right.
Yeah. Because the Coen brothers were like, what could be on TV? They were trying to figure out what the criminal would be watching on TV, and my buddy was like, I got a crappy soap opera that Bruce was in. So I am appearing in an Academy Award-winning movie.
What would you change about the film industry if you could change anything at all?
What would I change? The accounting. It's criminal.
How so?
I wrote a book, and when I got the first check, I was like, there must be some mistake. Shouldn't I be suing you for 10 years to try and find this money, and then you would belittle me and, and drag this out as long as you could, and then I would give up? Because that's what you do in Hollywood.
In addition to all of your other work, is it true that you're also an ordained minister?
I am an ordained minister. It's probably lapsed now. Somebody wanted to get married.
Yeah, right.
They wanted me to marry them specifically.
They have chosen to have you, their undead family and friends, to bear witness.
Well, the groom was a zombie.
Naturally.
Yes.
Yep.
And the bride was also a zombie, but she was pregnant with a zombie baby coming out of her belly, emerging, like screaming from her belly. It was exploding from her belly. These are two people getting married. And I remember thinking,
I love this.
This
is the best.
This couple, they're desecrating, you know, the Institute of Marriage. Their poor family is what I thought. And then I look over, and the father of like the groom, he can't even sit down because he has a fake wooden spike going in him one end and the other is going out the other. So I'm like, oh, it's a family of freaks. It's the freak show.
Part of me is already regretting calling you here.
Get used to that feeling.
Just ask you before I leave you, you live in Oregon.
Yeah.
a land filled with actual cowboys, and of course, famously, you did play a cowboy, Briscoe County Jr. on TV.
yes.
How did the local cowboys of Oregon react when they realised that you'd moved in?
Oh, they're not impressed. Real cowboys are not impressed with anyone who plays a cowboy.
Oh, really?
Oh, no, no.
Could you do something to prove to them that you?
I had to. The guy came up my driveway. The day I moved in, his beat up Lincoln Continental, because cowboys drive Lincoln Continentals for
course
whatever
they do.
reason, came up my driveway, and this guy gets out and he says, "Hey, I understand you played a cowboy in a TV show." I said, "Yeah, hi." He goes, "Why don't you come this Saturday and help me run 100 head of cattle up the road?" I'm like, "Do you have a horse?" "Yeah, I got a horse." I go, "Oh, what time do you want me there?" 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock in the morning, got on a horse. All the other neighbors were there too,
Yeah.
and they were helping block driveways and whatever. The cows knew where to go. They were following a feed truck.
Right.
I literally would, I blocked one driveway. He goes, "Yeah," up, and keep the cows
You can
moving.
do the sounds, right?
I got that down. Yeah. So I think I passed his pussy test or something.
Yeah,
'Cause
right.
he's like, all right. But I met all my neighbors in one day, so it was pretty good.
Serves a purpose.
Yeah.
Bruce Campbell,
Thank you.
absolute pleasure. Lovely to talk
Thank
to
you
you.
very much.
Thank you, sir.